I'm here with Andy Yield, former police officer and personal safety trainer, to give you 7 tips to keep you safe on these dark winter nights. Isn't that right, Andy?
That is right, I'm going to tell you.
So then, tip number 1, Andy, stay alert, is that correct?
Yep, tip number 1 is stay alert. Be around of your surroundings.
Be around your surroundings.
Or even be aware, of them.
Tip number 1, staying alert. Andy, staying alert. Tip number 1, staying alert. Andy, tell us more.
Okay, so being alert and aware is important. I'd say probably don't hang around little alleyways and bins like we are now. So you've got to utilise all your senses. So we're thinking about hearing, sight. So perhaps not being distracted with earphones in, earbuds.
Phones.
Yeah, you see people walking around on their mobile phones, looking at the floor. It's just not safe to do. You've got your earphones in, can you hear somebody approaching you? Or even worse, a car that's lost control and is mounting the pavement. You're not going to get them early warning signs to get out of the way. So
Exactly.
be alert, we haven't got eyes in the back of our heads, but every so often if you do have a glance behind you, you can see who is approaching you because people make noises when they're moving. So be alert and be on your game.
And always be aware that if there's somewhere like this and you don't want to walk past somewhere like this, there is always going to be a different route to go.
Yep.
So be aware of your surroundings. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, confidence. Andy, tell us more.
Absolutely, confidence is so important. We may be petrified, we could be scared, but we've got to fake it. First thing, walk with purpose. You know, shoulders back, walk tall.
Like
Force
me.
yourself to look at people. Yeah, I'm not tall, I've got to pretend to be tall. I'm not looking at you like I want to fight with you, but I'm looking saying, yeah, I've seen you, and I've got the confidence to look at you.
So tip number 2, confidence.
Absolutely.
If you're going to be in it, fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
So tip number 3, to keep yourself safe, always trust your instincts. Andy?
Yep, you've got to trust that gut instinct. It's there for a reason. You've seen something unconsciously, but you're just not consciously aware of it yet. You know, it might be the fact that it's a dark alley, I don't quite fancy up there. It may be you meet somebody for the first time and something's not quite right. It's your brain giving you that warning sign and you need to listen to it. It looks like a turd, smells like a turd.
It is a turd.
Absolutely.
But this has been built in with us from when man began. So if I'm looking at that and I think I don't want to walk down there, I'm going to walk somewhere else. If your instincts say don't do it, don't do it. So we're going to walk round?
Yeah, let's take the safer route.
Tip number 4, always avoid isolation. Andy, tell us more.
Yeah, really important not to isolate yourself. You know, if I'm a potential attacker looking for victims, I'm going to go for an easy target. And an easy target for me is probably going to be one person, someone smaller and slighter than myself. So we all can't morph into a big, strong, strapping bloke like myself. But one thing we can do, if you're out on a night, look after each other. Don't let your friend go home by themselves. Travel together, share taxis, and keep yourself safe by sticking as a pack.
Good tip. Tip number 5, to keeping yourself safe on these dark winter nights, always stay in a well-lit area. Andy?
Absolutely. This looks like the sort of place where you're more likely to be attacked or robbed. It's secluded, it's dark, there's no obvious CCTV present, except for that camera right above my head.
And then one there. Tip number 5, to keeping yourself safe on these dark winter nights, always stay in a well-lit area. Andy?
Absolutely. People are looking for areas where there's not many witnesses, not many passers-by, which is usually a dark, secluded alleyway like this. So by sticking to well-lit areas that are busy, you're much less likely to be attacked or be a victim of a crime.
Stay in well-lit areas, people. So tip number 6, and how to keep yourself safe on these dark winter's nights, always keep your valuables out of sight. Andy?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if I'm walking around and I've got my posh handbag on show or perhaps my Rolex watch, I'm showing people what I've got.
Yeah.
So a would-be attackers looking around, they're looking for people to target. They're either looking for easy targets or somebody who's got something of value. And if I can see that Rolex watch or I can see that handbag, you're straight away going to be a target. So by keeping them out of sight, we're reducing the risk significantly.
Ladies, always wear your handbag double strapped over your shoulder with it to the front. Hands in your pockets, gents, over your phone, over your wallet, and never leave anything in your back pocket. It can be easily taken out and you won't know it's gone. So that's tip number 6, and we've got one more coming up. Last but not least, tip number 7, to keep yourself safe on these dark winter nights. Always let someone know where you are, what time you're going to be home, and the route you're taking. Andy?
Yeah, it's really important. If you're missing, we want to know you're missing. If you've come to some harm, we want to know, because the earlier we know, the easier it is for us to get you safely or
Yeah.
report it to the authorities. So we can utilise technology to our favour. So apps like WalkSafe are apps which share your location, lifetime, share your location in an Uber. We're just reducing the chances again and letting somebody know where you are so they can raise the alarm if needed. Really, really important.
Exactly. Telling a family member where you're going, what time you're going to be back, and the route you're going to be taking. Because if anything does happen to you, they need to know the area they're going to retrace and who they're going to contact. So again, please keep safe. This is 7 top tips by my friend Andy Heald and myself. So yeah, what else you want to say?
Nope. Keep safe out there, keep your wits about you, and walk with purpose.
So we're safe like this, Andy?
Oh, absolutely. Look at the size of us.
I mean, no one's going to mug us when we're like this, are we?
No, nobody wants any of this. Remember, look at them.